This is Jeremy here, Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What we have for today, guys, is the next video in the series where I take 10 of my favorite albums from bands that are in their like debut, and then the second album, third album, etc. And this is the fourth video in the series, so this will be 10 of my favorite metal albums that are the band's fourth album and their discography. And if you are new to the channel and you like this style of video, please check out the other 3 videos in my playlist. It's been a really fun exercise revisiting catalogs and finding albums that kind of fit the criteria. And take in mind, this isn't necessarily my definitive favorites or the best. These are just 10 that came to my mind off the top of my head that are 10 of my favorite albums in general. And they just happen to be in the 4th slot of the band's discography. So trying to narrowing it down to my 10 definitive favorites would be an impossible task to do, because depending on your mood, you like the albums different each day. And like I said, I wanted to change it up and put a mix of like new stuff and old stuff and different genres and kind of change it up a bit. So it's not really my definitive favorites per se, but just 10 of my favorites that are the 4th albums from the band. So I'll stop my blabbering and I'll get into the video here. So the first one I got here was kind of low-hanging fruit. I had to put Metallica's And Justice for All, just because of my history with the band. Metallica, like many people, was my gateway into metal, and those first, like even 5 albums I kind of idolized. When I first got into metal, I used to listen to those first 5 albums like nonstop, and I loved And Justice for All. One used to be my favorite metal song of all time for many, many years. I love that song, still love it to this day. But currently I like Creeping Death, probably my favorite Metallica song. But I used to love One. I love Blackened. The title track's incredible. The Shortest Straw, Harvester of Sorrow. Just top to bottom, it's just a crazy good album. Really thrashy still. And yeah, definitely had to make the list. Next we got the band Savatage with their album Hall of the Mountain King. Most people, I would say this is most people's favorite Savatage album. It's always been mine by a clear mile. I do like a couple of their other albums quite a bit as well, but this one's always been my favorite. Really good guitar work and vocals on this album. Just some really good heavy metal with some good like thrashy riffs mixed in. And a top 10 album of all time for me. It was a no-brainer to have it in the list. A lot of these on my list are my favorite albums from the bands as well. Like this is my favorite Savatage by far. And Justice for All is not my favorite Metallica album, but a lot of those on my list are, looking at the list here, some of them are my favorite albums from the band. And the next one is exactly one of those. Rust in Peace by Megadeth. This had to be on the list. It's just an iconic thrash album. Easily Megadeth's best album in my opinion. Marty Friedman's ripping up a storm with his crazy good guitar riffs. And it's got some of the best Megadeth songs, including my favorite Megadeth song of all time, Holy Wars. It's one of the best thrash songs ever written, a top 3 for sure. And a top 5 thrash album for me of all time, for sure. Next we got a Judas Priest album, Stay in Class. Probably a top 3 or 4 Priest album for me. I like Killers have always been my favorite album. Stay in Class is in the top. And then I really like, what's it called? Defenders of the Faith is really good as well. So it's always been one of my favorites. But I had to put Stay in Class on here. It's just an all-time classic metal album and just one of my favorites. Next we got super underrated mellow death band, Kalma. Anytime I can fly the flag for these guys, I try to, because they're just killer band. Super epic mellow death metal, like sounds like you're going to war. All their music sounds crazy epic, big guitar riff, super heavy. And this is my favorite album from them, called The Black Waltz. Of course, their 4th album from the band, and released in 2006. If you're not familiar with Kalma, please go check them out. Their last album was my album of the year. It was that good, and everything in their catalog is great. I have quite a few of their albums, but not quite all of them yet. There's a couple I need to pick up. But yeah, highly underrated band. Please go check them out. Really good stuff. Next we got my favorite band, Opeth. This is the era where I started really liking the band even more. was Still Life. One of my favorite album covers of all time. I love the black and red two-tone. But this is when they really started to incorporate more of the melodic parts and clean vocals into the music, not just straight up death metal. I do like their early material, but my sweet spot for Opeth is pretty much from like Still Life to like Watershed is like the sweet spot I really like the best. So like Blackwater Park and Deliverance and Damnation. I really do like their later material that's like straight up prog, not when they stripped away the metal part of it. I still love those albums as well. And their latest album was my album of the year, where they brought back the growls and kind of went back to this kind of sound, but still had a lot of prog mixed into it. But for me, the sweet spot is from Still Life to Watershed in their catalog. Those like 5 or 6 albums are just perfect albums to me. And I had to put Still Life on here, show my brothers in Opeth some love. And I love this album, still spin it all the time. Next we got Crack the Sky by Mastodon, another no-brainer. It's known as by many as a masterpiece, and I agree, it's an all-time progressive metal masterpiece. Not my favorite Mastodon album. For most people it is, but I like the previous album a little bit more. But I do like this album. This is my second favorite album from the band, and there's no denying how good it is. It's just a crazy good album, but I always preferred Blood Mountain a little bit more. But yeah, this is a perfect metal album. Everyone should have this in their collection. Next we got At the Gates with Slaughter of the Soul, my favorite album from them as well. Great melodic death metal, one of the pioneers in the sound, and this is just an all-time classic album that everyone should have. Somehow I've never had this on CD yet, so it's one I need to pick up still. But yeah, it's a crazy good album, great vocals, great riffs, really well written songs, just a must have. And the last two I got here are much newer albums. I wanted to represent some newer bands. So I've got the band Midnight with their album Rebirth by Blasphemy. And this was my introduction to the band. I think to date it's still my favorite album from them. It's got some really good tracks. Fucking Speed and Darkness is just classic. Devil's Increment, Escape the Grave, like the title track. Love this album, love this band. If you're missing like that Motorhead feel, it's like perfect. These guys are a perfect blend of like Motorhead and like old school Venom. Love this band, love their sound, and love all their stuff. Had to include it on the list. And the last one was an album that just came out in February of this year. It's like brand new. The latest from Havakruno, entitled Tavisland. This is my album of the year so far to date, up till July. And I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon unless something really blows my socks off. But this album is incredible. It's epic, it's heavy, it's beautiful, the transitions are perfect, the musicianship's through the roof. It's just a perfect album. If you haven't heard this album, please go listen to it. You'll love it, you're guaranteed. So that's my list, guys. A little bit of a blend of old and new, and I wanted to have a couple different varieties of genres in there. So let me know down below what your picks for the 4th albums would be from bands' discography. And like I said, it doesn't have to be your top 10 definitive, guys. Just albums you really like that are in the top, in the 4th spot. And stay tuned for the 5th albums in the discography coming probably next few days. And until next time, guys, keep it metal.